Hi, Kath. Nice to see you.
Hi. Sorry, it was just I had the message. This is being recorded. Okay,
Ah,
so good.
awesome. Oh, so nice to see you. Thanks for agreeing to do this interview with me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome.
So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about Creatrix. So we've both been on the journey a little while now and have found we're getting phenomenal results from it, as are a lot of other women out there. So I just wanted to know, like, how did you get introduced to Creatrix in the first place and why?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's one of those things that sometimes you can't remember exactly, how something crossed your path originally. But for a long time, I've been realizing that, I needed something for myself and for my clients, to be able to genuinely have something which could unblock anything that a client would have. And I'd been going around in circles, so it's like, okay, I need to deal with this. And I'd come across various other, methodologies, modalities and things in the past, and nothing had really gelled with me at all. So I just kind of had my ears and eyes open, and Creatrix popped up. And when I saw it, I downloaded one of the ebooks, I think it was, that Maz wrote. And I was just like, this is it. This is it. It's female focused. This is what I've been waiting for and looking for. So then I jumped on the phone and started to talk with one of the ladies, and, got into it that way.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
great. And what were some of the things that you said that you just kept like spiraling and you're in the circle? Like, what were some of those things that were like affecting you before you got introduced to Creatrix?
Yeah, well, for me, it was really the fact that, I wanted to be a coach. I'd done a bit of coaching, but it was always just coming back to not wanting to be visible, not really wanting to stand and say, what I'm doing and who I am, which was kind of a bit of a surprise, because I have been on a stage and, done things in front of people. It wasn't so much that. It was about, suddenly when it was about me putting my voice out there versus, doing something for a company or someone else, that was when I got stuck. So it was all about the visibility, really. And there was a couple of things right at the beginning there where it was like I felt intimidated by other people. And after I after I had Creatrix, I left the job that I was in, which was driving me up the wall, and I just got into a different space, and I was like, nah, I'm going to leave that. First time I've ever left a job without another one to go to. I would normally have planned it and applied for other things, and, sort of not taken any risk around that kind of stuff. So, but this time I just gave up the job, said, no, I'm not having that. I'm worth more than that. And then within a week, came, had an opportunity to have an interview for a different job. And then the following week I got it. And that was, this is my current job, which I do part-time now. But that was, what am I trying to say? I went into an interview with the owner of this company, who's a multimillionaire,
Yeah.
and I was not intimidated.
That's phenomenal. That is. So previously you would have been intimidated? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Wow.
previously, I'm sure I would have been tripping over my words, and
Yeah.
because this opportunity came through a friend of mine, I hadn't even gone through the channel that would normally have happened, and so I ended up on the phone with the boss, like just off the cuff, like it was almost like it was an initial interview, which I hadn't planned, didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I literally just sent a text message because my friend said, you know, here's this opportunity. Sent a text message, so he wanted to talk to me as soon as I walked out the door of my job that I was at then. So I just sat in my car and called him. That was my first interview, and you know, I just don't think I would have been able to do that in any way, shape, or form before.
So you're sitting on your phone ringing a multimillionaire and for the first time, and you had issues being intimidated previously. Like, wow. I mean, to even sit in your car and have that kind of conversation with that caliber of person, you know, like, I don't know about you, but I'd have to like sit there and plan it. And, you know, like, there's no way I would have been able to make a call like that in my car.
Yeah. And I am a planner too. So like you know, yeah.
It's so cool, isn't it, when you sit back and you reflect on the things that you would have done and now the person that you are. It does actually, it is a little bit comical.
Yeah.
And the ways that we would have held ourselves back before as well. Unbelievable. That's so cool to hear that story. I love it. And so you're still in that job now, you said?
Yeah, but I've reduced my hours right down.
Yeah.
So that I can work on my own business.
Yeah, fantastic. That's fantastic. So if you had a message to ladies out there regarding Creatrix, what would you say to them?
I think I would say just trust the process that you're going to be taken through. It's something that it's really, really hard to sort of articulate and get people to understand how powerful it is, because it's something that happens really quickly, and it's kind of like it sort of reprograms or rewrites something there that's deep inside you, and you come away different and you can't explain it. So it's almost like what just happened, and I can't quite believe, you know, that's changed, because we get these things and we live with it, right? And we tell ourselves, this is hard to change, this has been around for a long time, it's taken me, you know, years to get in this habit or whatever it is, and so it can't be that easy to change. But when it's deep, you know, subconscious, or even deeper than subconscious, epigenetic, whatever it is, it can change easily with the right process. And that's what Creatrix does.
Yeah, it certainly does. There's so many women out there talking about it. Like, I've done a few interviews now, and every woman is, you know, experiencing such profound, phenomenal results in a safe and effective and very quick way. So for me, I just would love every lady to go out there and do this so that they can be the true them. Like, yeah, seek the truth of who they are. So yeah, if you had any last final words to say about the process or your journey, or, you know, what women could expect, what would you say?
I think it's just something that if you're at a point where you know that there's something within you that needs to shift, then go and have a conversation about Creatrix, explore this, because it is specific to women. And so, yeah, it's just different to anything else that's out there. And a lot of things that are there, and I think this is why I didn't leap into anything else, a lot of things that are there are coping mechanisms. So, you know, if you get given a process and it's a coping mechanism for getting through emotions or things that are going on in your life that trigger you, you're still going to keep using them and using them and using them and using them and having to do that. That's not what Creatrix is. It's not a coping mechanism. It's a completely reset, clear everything, change at a deep level. So it's not a band-aid.
Definitely.
You know, so that's the difference. And something really interesting one of the trainers said to me when I was having a chat about things was that, because I'm originally from England, I hadn't even thought about this before, but they were saying, like, a lot of English ladies have even more of this kind of sort of obsession with the culture that they've come through. You know, and that's the thing, is we've got so much ingrained into us that we don't even realize. Yeah. And Creatrix has the power to bring us back to who we are without all that stuff that's been passed on and, you know, conditioned into us. So I thought that was really interesting too.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you chatting to me, and I look forward to getting this out there so that ladies can hear your story and how it's affected you. Thanks so much, Kath.
You're so welcome. Good to see you.
You too. Thank you.